What is going on, everybody? My name is Conor Lorraine. Welcome back to another week of Weird News Wednesdays. This is the Heroes for Hire podcast. We are back again talking all the strangest news stories from around the world. We talk about the news that the real news is too afraid to talk about. As always, I am joined by my partner in crime, Mr. Shaun Meehan. Shaun, how's it going?
I'm a little nervous, Conor. I think it's going to get a bit scary this week.
But Shaun, it's not Wednesday.
That's the scariest part of all.
What is this? You may have noticed that this episode is not called Weird News Wednesday, ultimately meaning my whole introduction wrong. Completely wrong.
As usual.
But maybe that's the most spooky of all, that me, a great man, would get something wrong, Shaun. But this year, we've decided to change it up, because it's not Weird News Wednesday, it's Weird News, Trick or Treat Thursday.
Oh my God. It's going to be a nightmare to SEO that title, but I love it.
Some might say we only couldn't find something creepy to rhyme with W. I say I disagree.
Which?
Which Wednesday? Yes.
Which Wednesday? No. Which Wednesday?
No. You silly fool. So this is weird news. A lot of people may not know, but we actually haven't even been around each other since like last week, because Monday we released a Patreon episode called Wild Mountain Time, because I was away, Shaun. I was not around. Away.
That's true.
I was doing things, you know yourself, right?
He's a man about town. He's a man with plans.
Look, I don't want to say anything, but I'm pretty popular. But on Saturday, I really want to give a shout, because this is the first time we get to do this. Last Saturday, we had our first patron. How did we describe it? A patron listener hangout?
Yeah, a friend of the pod hangout, if you will.
Yeah, and we invited all the people on to a Google Meet call with us, and we basically just hung out for 2 hours. And I'm going to come out and say it, Shaun, it was really great.
It was so much fun. I genuinely, I really enjoyed myself. That was an amazing thing that happened, you know?
Yeah, and everyone was really nice. And so thank you so much if you jumped on the call, and people were saying nice things, and we were getting awkward, and then we were moving swiftly past them.
Absolutely, we're bashful boys.
And we also did a top 5 Marvel list, or we did like an MCU list.
A top everything. We did a tier list of all the MCU movies. And we did a tier list
of all the Marvel movies, and we all voted. It was a great time. So we are hoping to do another one of those listener hangouts this Christmas.
Hell
so
yeah.
If you would like to come along, and maybe you missed this week or last week's one, definitely throw your name into the hat straight away, as early as possible, because we'll get the invite out to you.
Yeah, it's like an expression of interest kind of thing at the minute. If you want to be down for that, absolutely come along.
And obviously, if you're a patron, you get invited no matter what. So it's all patrons get automatic invites, and then everybody else has to basically reach out to us to get the special invite. Yeah,
also the patrons get Christmas cards as well, which is something that we just started doing one year, and now it's like a little tradition. So they'll be ordered in the coming weeks. So if you want to get one, do make sure to hop over to the Patreon.
Great stuff. And that's enough promotion, Shaun, because it's about to get spooky.
Do you think I should I was just going to say, should I get like spooky music for the start of this?
Every single time I say spooky, put a 14-second audio track in.
No one wants that, though.
Really loud, like just violently loud. And oh, Jesus. And then it gets a bit spooky, Shaun, because it's Halloween. It's spooky season. And I thought the best thing that we could do this week was not to talk our normal weird news.
No.
It's for me, man who believes everything, to try to convince old skeptic Shaun that maybe we are not alone in this world. Maybe the ghouls are out to get us, Shaun.
Okay.
And so what I've done this year, and for Halloween, is that I have put together a series of, I can only assume, solid evidence. Is what I would call them. That
evidence is a bold term, by the way.
I mean, plain view facts is what I have this year to maybe convince you that you're wrong. That maybe Halloween is actually not just a festive season. Maybe it's home to some of the scariest, the most gruesome things anyone has ever seen, and we're all going to die soon, Shaun.
Wow. Way to fucking keep the energy up, my dude.
Yeah!
Gather round, listeners.
We could be getting an early death. Yes! So, Shaun, I'm starting off, and these stories, by the way, are not just from this week. I've got all out. I've picked 6 or 7 Hall of Fame stories that maybe we've covered, maybe we haven't. But I feel like they're proof that you are wrong about being sceptical. This is spooky season, Shaun.
Okay, I will say, can I just clarify? I love spooky season. I love Halloween. Halloween's an Irish holiday. That's a thing that not many people know. But I just don't think all ghosts are real, or most ghosts are real, and most ghosts are made up to sell tickets to things. That's where I come down.
He's still on most, so you're saying there's a chance.
The majority, if not all. Let's change it to that.
I would have went all. No, wait, no. I would have went none.
Oh, good.
We're starting off this week, Shaun, and I think this is easy. It's one story. I'm going to have you locked in. It's already done. I don't need to do the rest of them because I have half man, half owl that scares off holidaymakers is filmed in graveyard, Shaun.
Is this Owl Man?
Owl Man. Now, Shaun, a few years ago we covered this spooky story during the summer, if I remember correctly.
It was during the summer. I had just moved into this house that I'm in at the minute.
True. And we recorded it, and I have not slept since. Still up, still awake since then. Yeah. Oh, it's been a horrible
Well, you look
time.
great, but
Thanks. I feel not great. But Owl Man, he stole our hearts at the time, and I felt like you were a bit sceptical. So I wanted to revisit the story around this time of year. A few pumpkins, a few candles lighting. See if maybe it hits you different. About Owl Man, maybe we have listeners that weren't listening back then that haven't heard of Owl Man, and they need to know the horrors that Owl Man could produce, and definitely does, because he's definitely real.
Interesting. Okay. I like this because Owl Man is one of those like cornerstone weird news stories that I think of a story, that's an example I would give to someone. So yeah, let's bring it to a modern age and let's go to, I don't know, this story's in Cornwall, right?
A mythical half man, half owl that scares holidaymakers in Cornwall.
Hell yeah.
Filmed in a graveyard, it's claimed. I've also chosen the exact same article as I chose back then to not change our mind, Shaun. I want the full facts.
I don't remember this discussion, by the way, so if we make the exact same jokes, I'm really sorry. That's just
we're
how
the
our
same
brain
humans.
works.
We have no other material. The Owl Man of Monan Smith has been the subject of folklore since the 1920s, and there haven't been any sightings since 1976. More than 40 years later, Shaun, ghost hunter Mark Davies claims he's caught the infamous character on camera. Yes, this is proof that monsters live among us.
But I'm also always nervous, and they're like, here's unrefutable proof of a ghost. I took a photo of it, and it's the worst photo anyone has ever taken.
Because we all carry around phones that are definitely not HD in our pockets at all times.
Yeah, like and don't have amazing low light performance. Can I look up the picture of the Owl Man that was taken? Do you think I can find that?
I wouldn't say, yeah, absolutely. Like, I want you to have all the visual evidence you need to confirm to me that this is definitely real.
Okay, cornwalllive.com, here we go.
And a website that I'm assuming hasn't had too many clicks.
Not recently, I would say. These are just photos of a church.
Yeah, but if you look if you squint, Owlman's popping up at the top.
They're in the daytime.
Yeah, they went at the wrong time of the year. Look, I can't be blamed for the photographers. I'm only giving you facts.
There's a load of drawings, but I don't see the photo that's being...
In the footage, Mark and a friend can be seen prowling around the spooky graveyard, which lies behind a gate with a dramatic-looking inscription that it reads in Cornish, but is translated to, "It is good to draw nigh to the Lord." Don't know why that's dramatic, but fair enough. Mark holds a spiritual detector.
See, now... Elaborate on the spiritual detector a little bit, Connor.
Okay, so you have a metal detector.
Yeah.
It's that, but for like if there's a ghoul around. And it beeped real loud if there's maybe Casper or something, I'm assuming, in the nearby area.
Okay, but who says the owl man's a spectre, a ghost?
There's the thing, it's a spiritual detector. It's kind of vague. That's why it works, Sean. The vaguer the better. And he pans his camera around the graveyard, asking if any creature lives there. Then, in the corner of the frame, a ghostly figure can be seen. But when Mark goes to investigate, the apparition had vanished and he could find no more trace of the owl man.
Here's the thing, though, is that there are breeds of owl that are a lot bigger than people think they are. So what if this was just a really fucking big owl?
Like a big fucking bodybuilder owl.
Yeah, like a swole owl.
Swole owl?
What's the... I'm going to Google biggest owl. Yeah, a hench owl.
A hench owl. According to local folklore, 2 teenage girls once spotted the figure while on holiday in Monan Smith. One day they walked down to an old and remote church more than a mile from the village centre. There, the 2 teenagers saw a terrifying bird man with wings and feathers on top of the church tower. Now, there's a story for you that's clearly fact.
What? No, but where's the evidence that it's a man, though? Because they've just established, we saw something with wings and feathers up high on a roof.
The story says that they were so scared by the sighting that their father decided to put an end to the holidays and leave Cornwall immediately.
So, the biggest owl in the UK is the Eurasian eagle owl, I'm sure you know. It has a 180 centimetre wingspan, Connor.
That's not very big.
That's 2 meters across for a wingspan.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's... if you saw that on a roof and you were under the impression that an owl could be a man.
What I would say is this owl man is more height than width. I would say you're looking for at least 2 meters in height to really classify as an owl man. Otherwise, it's just maybe a hedge owl.
Oh, well then, perhaps it was. Hang on, I had this a second ago, but it's not in the UK.
There's no way you found an owl that was 6 foot tall.
A Blackiston fish owl. No, it's slightly bigger than the other owl, I'll be honest. But why does it have to be an owl man? Why have they come to this conclusion?
Because in the same year, 2 14-year-old girls decided to go camping in the area and they spotted a giant owl of human size with glowing eyes, Sean. At the time, all eyes turned to the village and the discovery made headlines, naming the beast the Owl Man of Monan Smith.
But children are idiots, so I wouldn't... If you put a child in the dark in a churchyard, they're going to see some spooky shit.
Children are thick as shit.
Hang on! Is there any logic to the fact that they saw what looked to be a human with wings in a churchyard somewhere? Was there a statue of an angel?
It was a terribly still owl man. So still he was almost not moving.
He was frozen, threateningly.
Couldn't grow bigger nor smaller or move left or right, but he had a bit of an edge to him. It was kind of creepy.
Have you ever seen a biblically accurate angel, by the way?
That is
not
such a weird question to just ask somebody, but also no.
I've asked several people this. Hang on. I'm going to find you a biblically accurate angel. I'm going to send it to you.
I think the best thing to ask that question, a funeral. Just everybody standing there. Have you ever seen a biblically... a very biblically... what's the word? Accurate angel? Has anyone ever seen that?
Has anyone ever... Just that at the wake. It's an icebreaker, I grant you.
Yeah, I'll carry the coffin in a fucking minute. Okay, Father? I'm just having a chat here.
Yeah, because if I'm going to send you this image because it's fucked. Because if you, if in the Bible, this is how it's described. And it's like rings full of eyes and shit like that. And that's why they say be not afraid, because it looks like the most terrifying thing in the world. I've sent it into Google Meet messages, Connor.
That's really weird.
Isn't it? That's not I wanted more of a reaction than that, but that's fine.
It's like me and you are very different. I'm like, that's weird. And you're like, whoa.
Like,
my
this is
God.
fucked. This is entirely twisted.
Why is there rings around it?
That's just how the Bible wrote it. There's a load of rings full of eyes
I'm
around
starting
glowing.
to think that book might not be totally accurate.
Lad, that's beyond the scope of weird news, let's be honest.
That's beyond the scope of Halloween, spooky season, weird news, trick or treat, Thursday or whatever this is called.
But I put it to you that the biblically accurate angel is scarier than the owl man.
But there's an owl man in Cornwall, Shaun. Like, Cornish people still remember the story. Many have said they had not heard its name for many years. People at the local pub, the post office and the memorial hall had all heard of the tale of the hybrid beast, but all said they did not know enough about it to comment.
Now, I think we might have said this on the original story, but I think it's an in-joke with the town that, like, the American tourists come over and they're like, oh, look out for the owl man. Like, he'll get you. Like how we tell everyone that Ireland doesn't have Wednesdays. Like, it's a thing you do. You know,
it's weird that we released the episode on that day, but it just
we're international, you know.
We just guess. We just kind of guess, to be honest.
And we nail it most weeks, to be fair.
Except for this week.
Well, it was particularly easy because it was our usual Thursday.
Our usual Thursday, Wednesday slot.
I found the image that the child drew back in 1976 of the owl man, by the way. And it looks like the worst drawing anyone's ever done.
It looks like a cactus.
It does. It looks like a cactus with, like, the ends of a shag rug tied to its arms.
And, like, with scarecrow mask. It's like a scarecrow mask on top of a cactus body with, like, rugs for wings. And,
like lobster claws for feet. It's very strange.
That's creepy. That is creepy. If that came at me, I'd also be scared, to be fair.
If that just rushed at you in the middle of the night.
It was a media event at the time, apparently. This is Penny Salisbury talking, I remember her well. I haven't heard him out and mentioned for years and years. Since it first happened, actually. It was a media event. People were scared to go to the church afterwards. The owl man looked quite menacing from the pictures and drawings made by the girls involved. Penny, we have seen those pictures and drawings. And you may be wrong, but I don't want to tell you that because you seem nice.
I mean, if a kid drew that and handed it to me, I'd be more scared of the kid, I think.
Yeah, what's the kid up to? Like, this is shit.
No, sorry, no, not for their artistic ability.
This is just fucking shit, Lucy. Fuck off back to school, you tick.
How's that childcare course going for you, bud?
I'm really thinking it's going to go well. Right? Another year left. They're really trying to wean me off kicking the kids.
Jez, once they're weaning you off, that's the main thing.
Only down to 2 kicks a day. You can really show them. Mark Davies from Falmouth in Cornwall was in the graveyard with his friend Chris Power from Manchester. Mark, this is the guy with the spiritual detector, Shaun. Mark says there's ley lines which are underground near the church and they give off paranormal activity. Do they, Mark?
I want to hear no more from Mark, I'll be honest. He's lost me already.
First sentence, Mark, leave.
Mark, you fucked this, honestly.
So
you had every
this
opportunity.
Is Mark's version of events. There was a hissing in the trees and you could hear flapping. Yeah, I heard it go right over my head and I was shocked. Shocked, he says. Creepy, Shaun. That's when I saw the figure and it had horns on its head. It was mad. On the meter I had, which picks up electromagnetic energy that we use to detect ghosts, I was getting replies to my questions through it. Is that on a Ouija board? What's that?
A Ouija board it's like, okay, so you've got a little token, a little planchette, and
but he said he's getting answers to questions through his little detector. Unless there was some kind of Morse code thing that the ghost could do. Yeah, ghosts know Morse code, obviously.
All ghosts know Morse code. If you had endless eternity, would you not learn every form of Morse?
Surely it'd be much easier to learn, I don't know, whatever language you're speaking at the time.
I mean, do you go where... I mean, yeah, do you haunt where you know the language, or do you, like, go further afield? Be a bit more confusing.
See, do you spook people that you know, or spook people that maybe are not aware of your existence ever?
I see, it depends what kind of ghost, because your standard poltergeist will just fuck with anyone. But if you're more of a tormented spirit, you know.
A poltergeist will fuck with any furniture, any house. Does not give two fucks about the decor whatsoever. But
no.
But would you want to fuck up somebody you didn't like put a few chairs on top of each other?
I mean, if you're bored, I think there's a level of boredom that comes with being a ghost, where you have to just make your own fun. Now, I have another wild theory. I've been researching 1976 in the United Kingdom, okay? And
okay.
The year is notable. This is the first line of the Wikipedia page.
Oh, Connor. Here we go.
The year is notable for the prolonged drought and subsequent heat wave in the UK. Now,
what?
This owl person,
yeah,
I was seen during the summer of 1976. Correct?
Correct. You have me.
I think those kids were suffering from heat stroke, or the town of Falmouth, given that people were too hot and couldn't go anywhere, decided that because Cornwall by the sea, right? I think so.
But you said it with confidence.
Cornwall's by the sea. Cornwall has to be by the fucking sea. Hang on, Cornwall.
I mean, you could say that about any place.
Cornwall,
Oh man.
Cornwall's by the sea, yeah. So you got all these tourists coming to the sea to cool down. They're ruining your little town that you love so much. So what's the best thing to do? You get a load of kids to draw a shit drawing and tell everyone there's an owl man haunting the church.
Oh fuck. I mean, you've kind of ruined the spooky season, Shaun, by disproving this. But at the same time, also, I mean, let me just say, Mark's friend. You forgot Mark's friend. And this is my ace card that I've kept till the end. Because Mark's meter may have been going, and he said there was demonic energy and it wasn't safe. But his friend got attacked. He had scratches on his arms and his camera broke too. He didn't see anything while he was being attacked because he was being attacked, Shaun. You don't normally see things in the rustle bustle of a war, of an attack.
Like a cartoon fight where it's just a load of dust and like arms and legs.
Very similar. A lot of dust came out. He didn't see anything. He just felt this surge of energy. Like he was really into marathons.
Pick something more fucking quantifiable than I felt a surge of energy.
He didn't realise till about half an hour later when he felt some burning in his arms. Oh, fuck. Oh, the scratches.
If he ran through some nettles or a thorn bush? Like... The man's wandering around in the dark in like the yard of a church. He's gonna run into some bushes.
So on a scale of 1 to 10 in spooky levels, what are we giving this?
This I would give a 2. Simply for the fact that the idea of such an oppressive heat wave for an entire summer is terrifying to me.
Well, you're going to be looking forward to it soon, to be honest.
Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus.
Slowly edging towards death. Yeah.
Time to pray to some biblically accurate angels.
Strike people down I don't like, you weirdos. So, Shaun, look, I realised Owlman, maybe that wasn't going to get it done because you'd heard it before, maybe you had a defence.
There's no shock factor anymore.
Shock factor. So I decided to go towards your heart. Irish people. And you're never going to say an Irish person is wrong for their spooky beliefs because, I mean, we can't disown our own. Right?
Well, look, let's go on with it anyway.
I mean, I've killed I've killed before, I'll kill again.
Oh, dial it back.
Sorry. I have not killed before. Yes,
and I will kill again.
Wait, no. Irish woman tells of terrifying supernatural ordeal after hearing voices when stuck in the woods. Oh, fuck. Now.
Okay. Was there anyone else in the woods at the time?
A woman has spoken out about her everyday walk that turned into a terrifying ordeal, as she believes she may have been trapped by fairies in the woods, Shaun.
Here's the thing, right? And look, I'm the skeptic on this show.
Yeah.
I won't fuck with fairies.
Those fuckers know shit.
Oh, absolutely they do. Like fairy rings, I won't step in a fairy ring. You know, I know. We've swapped roles here. But
Shaun, please.
Connor, please. I'm being fully serious.
The woman from Mead took to Twitter to tell her chilling story, and while many people don't believe in these types of things, her story is sounding scarily legitimate to some readers. Right, so this is why I brought this up. So fairies and Irish people. Shaun, this could be a 10 out of 10. This is creepy.
This could hit. Yeah.
In a recent post, she tried to explain her supernatural experience after strolling between two identical trees.
Okay. See, my other thing is I know a lot about trees.
Yeah.
And there won't be any identical trees ever.
So far, so creepy, Shaun. She explained that she went for a walk in order to bump up her step count as part of a challenge at work. Okay?
Completely irrelevant information.
Shut up. This is the backstory, okay? She decided to take a more picturesque route instead of lapping her estate again. Hates her estate. Thinks it's a shithole. Right?
Well, reading between the lines there.
She said, it was a nice day, so I said I would go for a walk in the woods. What was the worst that could happen, she said. Oh, famous last words.
And then the journalist writes, and then she looked out the window somberly for a solid 30 seconds.
And it went, nothing. It's fine.
It's grand, actually.
Just seen two weird trees. All was going fine until she walked a path that led her through two identical trees. She said, I stepped through and I put my hands on both trees. Weird way to stand, but that's fair enough. People are saying now that this was a mistake. One was really warm and the other one was really wet and cold.
One of them was in the sun, perhaps. Sorry, but like you can easily enter into the fairy world and not know it.
Have you ever seen a biblically accurate fairy? Have you?
No, I haven't actually. Do you have one ready to go there to send me?
No, I don't have one ready to go, but it's fucked, I'm assuming.
All right. Right. Connor, these are just your baby pictures.
Come on. Why are you defending the fairies above me?
I don't know. They have more street cred.
Yeah, fair enough. The main path kind of branched off to the left, and it just went nowhere, Shaun. It went into a really overgrown forest, really high weeds and plants. I knew it wasn't the path. There were lots of people around. It's a really popular spot, so I walked back and I thought that this wasn't the main path and I should have taken the other way. So she goes back to the tree, Shaun. Maybe she goes wrong once. She thinks, I'll go the opposite way. This time I went right. I took the other way, and then that similarly went nowhere, Shaun. I went back to the fork to start over. I went back, and I think I tried to go back the way I came. That also led me nowhere. Oh, fuck. Oh, lads.
See.
Creepy.
Like, it's easy to get lost in the forest, you know? You can't see it for the trees and such.
I walked back up to the main path again, but it didn't look familiar this time, Shaun. It was quite overcast at this point as well. It was like pitch black. You could hear wolves in the background. I had pulled up Google Maps, but I didn't have a signal on my phone at all, which is not unusual for that area. So that's the only bit she's like, that's alright, fair enough.
Yeah, it's I mean, but also you're in the fairy world. There's no signal in the fairy world. You know, there's no 5G. I love how we've switched.
She kept trying the route options, thinking she would get somewhere, but suddenly she heard something that made her think twice, Shaun. So she's tried several different routes, several different times, keeps coming back to the same spot. We've all seen the horror movies. We know what's about to happen. Death. But I kept walking down a path towards a really overgrown area again. At that point then, I heard a really light woman's voice. I don't know how to describe it. It was really high. She was shouting, over here. Do you like that voice? I added that in.
That was a good voice. That was fucking beautiful, boy.
Yeah. I thought she was probably calling to her kids or something. Makes sense. Then she laughed. And it was just then, when she laughed, the hairs on the back of my neck stood up. Oh, fuck. Oh, lads.
That's spooky. That is spooky, Connor. Because...
my favourite bit about this, right, is that she said this on Twitter. So tell me the first thing that happened when she told everyone this story on Twitter.
People called her a liar or laughed at her?
So, of course, she's got to come out and defend herself, Shaun. And she comes fucking hard. She went in to defend her story and said, I have a very professional job. I'm not crazy. I'm quite logical. But then the call came from the other side of me. I knew something wasn't right. In a moment of panic, she remembered an old trick that she had heard throughout her childhood in stories that warned off the fairies, which involved turning your clothes inside out.
Yeah. That we learned that as kids. It's something you do.
There's no way she's standing in the middle of the forest taking off her fucking leggings and her hoodie and turning it inside out.
Lad, if you were stuck in the forest for ages and it's getting dark,
that's like
you'd
5
try
million
it. You'd give it a try.
On the list of things that I need to do at that time, that's way fucking down.
But it's going to take you 5 minutes and it could be the answer.
But why is that the answer? It would be much more logical to be like, well, let's just try a different direction. What am I eating tonight? Better find an animal. Something along that, build a fire.
So you would just be like, okay, I live in the woods now.
No, it's not. You're not trapped in a fairy world.
But you could be though. So would you not just chance it at least?
She said she just knew something was just wrong. The moment she heard the laughter, and that her first instinct was to run, but I didn't even know where to run to, Shaun. I just remember turning your clothes inside out is supposed to help, so I just tried that. I felt like it was just mental. I just had to do it. I just turned my t-shirt inside out, put it back on. I was hoping nobody was looking at me, because it was a really weird thing to do in the middle of a forest. Yes it is.
It is strange, but if you're stuck, then you can also have bread in your pocket. That's another way that you can get out of it.
What's the obsession with bread?
Bread. You just have some bread in your pocket and you'll be safe.
I love the fact that you know so much about this.
I know some things about this. It's a stray sod, it's called. You step on a wrong part of a fairy's land and you're stuck there forever. Conor just gave me he's actually disappointed in me.
You said it, and I was just genuinely looking into your eyes like, oh no.
Oh, lad, what are you doing to me?
I turned around and walked back and almost immediately came to the 2 trees again. When I turned around and came back, I came to them quicker than when I had been walking in the opposite direction. So she came immediately back to the very start, 5 seconds after changing her clothes inside and out. I didn't even think. I just wanted to get through. Then I could hear the birds again and people and stuff. I didn't know what had just happened. I mean, she realised that her step count had magically jumped by 10,000 steps on a walk that would normally bump her up by 2,000 or 3,000.
Oh my God, because she was walking in circles, Conor, for ages.
When I got back to the car, I looked at my steps. The last time I checked my step counter, I had done 8,000 steps. I had put on an extra 10,000 steps. I didn't come from a family that would have believed in that sort of stuff. Certain things just stick in your head, and that's why I remembered turning your clothes inside out saved my life, perhaps.
I just say it's worth a shot if you're stuck in that situation, you know?
Shaun,
yeah.
1 to 10 scale of horror level, what are we talking here?
Oh, I'd put that at a 6, Conor, because of how plausible it is.
So, what's the horror aspect in terms of Halloween? Is she dying in the forest if this continues?
She could do. She could die in the forest. She could just wander until she dies. The fairies would let that happen.
But why would the fairies let this happen?
Because look, I'm not here to badmouth fairies, all right?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, okay, yeah, this all is from your mouth. No, the fairy, they just have rules, and if you break the rules, you get punished. That's how the fairies work. It's a way to keep children in line, basically.
I'll fuck up some kids. I'll get them good. She says she was terrified when she heard the laughter in the forest from somewhere that she couldn't quite recognise. I mean, she said she just got a really bad feeling that something was going to happen to her. I mean, Shaun, if I heard laughter in a forest and I was lost, I would also feel that,
this is bad vibes. Yeah, that is spooky. You know, you don't want to deal with that. You certainly don't want to hear someone saying, "Oh, come over here," and laughing. Like, not when you're all alone and you're not expecting anyone.
I love the fact that her big piece of evidence is the Fitbit having 10,000 extra steps. Like, that's the lock-in that the fairies are definitely real. So then, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
As a man of culture that I am clearly not, what's the difference between a fairy and an elf?
So elves are generally, depending on what you subscribe to, are generally like human-sized, but live in the forests and live with the trees and commune with nature and things like that. Whereas fairy, in Irish folklore, are descended from a race called the Tuatha De Danann, which are like the Irish high gods kind of a deal.
Little shitheads.
Well, no, they're all lovely. They're not really lovely. They have their own things going on. Imagine Greek mythology, but put it in some fields. That's basically what we're dealing with here.
A lot less sun. Imagine Greek mythology, but in like a really rainy area.
Yeah, a lot less sun, a lot more fucking ale. And that's Irish folklore.
There are open fields, but every so often there will be a ring of trees in the middle of a field. They will plough around them. Even with our modern farming equipment, they will plough around those fields. Is what those trees, she says.
Yeah, there's a motorway that they full on like built around a tree in Ireland. Like it's a thing. It's just maybe it's excessive, but it's cool. I think it's cool. A little bit of magic for everyone.
I mean, I thought that was going to be one that really got a 1, but it's after getting a 6. Now I don't know what to do with my life, because you really came in hard on the fairies, and I really thought that was the one that you were going to really blow a gasket and be like, this is bullshit. None of this is real.
No. It's one that I like. I know it's probably not real. I choose to buy into it. I think it's fun.
Shaun,
and also, why fuck with it?
I'll fuck with them. I'll fuck with fairies all day.
I'm going to push you into a fairy fort, and then this fucking show will end.
Go on, do it. Go on, I double dog dare you.
Connor, I wouldn't have it on my conscience, Connor.
No, I want you to.
Well, you may step in on your own time then.
Shaun, okay, so we've got a 2, we've got a 6. It's spooky. It's Trick or Treat Thursday. It's time to pull out the big guns. Paranormal investigators so freaked out by growling hobgoblin they became ordained. Oh fuck.
They became ordained. They became priests.
Yes.
What the fuck? That's a career move.
A pair of ghost hunters told of their most terrifying moment in the job when they heard something inhuman one frightening night in a churchyard. Colleagues Vic Harbord and Christine Townsend were in St Lawrence Church in Atwick Village in Hull with members of an East Yorkshire research group. Okay. Vic said they had a spirit box with them, which he likened to an electronic Ouija board. While Christine was also carrying a dictaphone.
I mean, less high tech, granted, but
hello,
as like a little one that the doctors use, you know, where they just talk into it and maybe listen to it later. I don't know.
calling all ghosts, please show up. He told Hull Live, we said, is anyone there? We don't mean you any harm, please come forward. Classic line so far.
Okay, it's pretty
then
good.
Christine said, did you hear that growl? I mean, Christine immediately bringing just pure venom and fear within the group.
Christine not letting everyone decide on the sound for themselves, just instantly being like, no, it was a growl. It was a monster.
Did anyone hear that man-eating growl? That really sounded like a cannibal growl? Did anyone else hear that? That's kind of weird. I said, what growl? This is fantastic journalism. And the growl actually moved, and I walked towards it, which was a silly thing to do, Shaun. And the others heard 2 big loud bangs, and we did a bit of investigating into it, and there's a legend that it's supposed to be haunted by a hobgoblin.
Right. Okay. But here's the thing about hobgoblins, Connor.
What? Think about you have a thing about hobgoblins and
here's the thing about hobgoblins, is that generally, right, they're like, all hobgoblins generally do odd jobs around the house. And then
what
they ask
are you
for
talking
food.
about?
They ask for food as payment. This is
what are you talking about?
In like fucking, legend or whatever it's called. Hobgoblins they're like, the elves and the shoemakers, how the elves just like make the shoes and they do little tasks. Hobgoblins are kind of like that, but they like playing jokes sometimes as well. That's like your traditional basic hobgoblin. Okay? There's nothing necessarily evil about them.
So are they good workers?
Yeah, they're all right. They're pretty good. They ask for food in return, and if you give them clothes, that's how you banish them. Yeah,
like Dobby,
like Dobby. They're like little house elves kind of thing. And then they'll just cause mischief every so often. The Catholic Church didn't like them, and so they made everyone think they were demons. That's like the genesis of the hobgoblin, how it became like, it's just a little fuck who lives in your house and does things to, oh no, it's a devil.
Oh, okay. And so, I mean, Vic took a photo, apparently, at that moment and said there was a head in the window that looks like a demon, to be honest. I mean, he's gone straight from hobgoblin to demon, has Vic.
Yeah, see, it happens.
The friends who both claimed to have had paranormal encounters since childhood were so shaken up by what they had experienced that they became ordained shortly after the incident.
I don't see how that's the next logical step. It's like, oh, that was scary. Better become priests.
If every aspect of any of those horror movies, whenever the priest gets involved, always the first to die. Always the first. Comes in and he's always fucking bluster. He's all like, I'll solve this. Sit down, fucking parents, you little ticks. I'll have this sword in 5 seconds. Use the old holy water. Immediately decapitated.
And it's the classic, like, he uses the holy water and the possessed person or the ghost pretends to be hurt by it. And then they just like suck and take a swig of it. They just drink it.
Yeah.
They're like, you have no power here, priest. And then they kill him.
He like turns around and he's to the parents. He's like, I've solved your problem. And behind him, the ghost is like putting on boxing gloves. Like about to
It's pulled out a katana.
Yeah, it's the image of that meme of call an ambulance, but not for me.
Exactly.
So, I mean, the friends have become ordained to kind of solve this. Christine then gave more detail on the spooky night in question and said she could immediately sense an eerie feeling. That's always good to nail down.
You're really nailing it down on these interviews.
When they entered the church grounds, she added, I seem to pick up on things. And I turned to Vic and I said, this tree is really giving me the creeps.
What are you doing out here if every little thing is just like, oh no, I'm gonna die?
This tree. So Vic is sick to the fucking teeth of her. He's like, there she goes again. Oh, Vic, that stone. See that stone? That's giving me the creeps, man.
What was it now?
Lads.
The grass. The grass is intimidating you now, is it?
Lads, Christine just told me the fucking grass is giving her the heebie-jeebies. So will we heard this fucking around or what's going on? Like, will we all stop because Christine can't get her fucking act together for 5 seconds?
Oh no, Christine saw a bird. Time to convert to Judaism.
I really thought Buddha had some really good ideas. If you say one more fucking word, I am converting. I swear.
We've got all the way back to atheists. I don't know what you want from me.
She says she picks up on things. There's something about it, she said, that tree. We stood next to the tree and we started our investigation. So their whole logic is Christine walks through an area, goes... Mm-hmm. That fucking tree is giving me bad vibes. Getting bad vibes from that tree. And then they all down tools and look around the tree until something happens.
Does anything happen? And is it the Whomping Willow? Do they just get clubbed out of it?
Well, Christine then, this is when she said she heard a growling noise 4 times. But she initially dismissed them. So she's strong enough to be like, that tree is fucked. That tree's going to kill us. But she hears growling 4 times and she's like, probably not. And I'm a bit fucking laid back when it comes to the actual dangers.
Jesus, someone must be a bit hungry, are they?
Did anyone have dinner? Did we, lads? She said, I'm thinking, well, I can't have heard a growl. But she can. So she says, I'm thinking, well, I can't have heard a growl. And as Vic's talking away to the rest of the group, I'm still thinking, well, I've heard a growl. And then I heard it again. Oh, Christine.
Christine, you need to pick your moments a bit better. Like, you could have killed everyone just there.
I heard it 3, then 4 times. And after the 4th time, I just couldn't believe what I was hearing. I thought, well, this is ridiculous.
This is taking the piss.
Vic, this whole thing is silly. It's absolutely silly that we're out here. We're absolute fools to be standing beside this tree that I think looks a bit fucking weird.
Yeah, so Vic, I have an ultimatum for you. It's time to find God.
Amen, my sister. Christine said, now Shaun, this is going to lock you in. Right. This is a creep factor of 10, because I was leaving hobgoblins till near the end because I knew I'd have you, because Christine is so rock solid at what she knows here. Christine said she then looked down at her feet and she saw something translucent moving in the grass. Shaun.
Translucent moving in?
Yeah.
A worm, perhaps. Was it a worm that she saw?
It's a goblin, Shaun. I don't know how to make this clearer. It's
goblin
clearly a
goblin. Translucent. It's not translucent.
Eventually, Vic heard the growling too. Vic, fucking get on the programme, Vic. This is about 20 minutes old, lad. Right? The growl has been going on for hours. Right?
Vic is fully deaf, by the way. We haven't addressed it.
He's got one of those big horns from like olden times.
Like an old school.
Eventually Vic heard the growling too, but as he walked towards the tree, the creepy sound stopped. So hobgoblins are terrified of Vic. He cuts a threatening figure. Christine believes something came up from the ground and went back down again, is her thought process.
Like a rabbit or a mole.
Maybe some sort of rabbit or even a worm. She added the other 6 people with her and Vic did not see or hear anything except 2 loud bangs, and that the 8 of them said a prayer and then left the churchyard.
Right. It's not the Mystery Inc. that Scooby-Doo promised me. What if that's how it ended? Like Shaggy becomes Pope.
The Scooby snacks become the Holy Communion.
Oh my God.
I can't get enough, Scoob.
They still make those big sandwiches.
Oh, of course. In between the 2 little wafers.
Yeah.
They cover it full of ham.
Like a Dairyly Lunchable kind of a situation.
Oh, perfect. That's good ones. Shaun, I mean, these people, it's rock solid. Christine has given us evidence here that hobgoblins live among us. I'm just wondering where you're coming in here.
Look, I'm just saying, it's not generally a hobgoblin's MO, to be in a haunted, abandoned church. Usually to be in a busy home where they can do their tasks and get their food. Could be some kind of regular goblin. Could be some kind of mischievous sprite, perhaps. Who's to say? It could also be a legend that has haunted Atwick for years, which is a shape-shifting hobgoblin. Oh, like a boggart kind of a situation.
Yes, like a boggart.
You know boggarts.
I know How do you know so much about
I got really into folklore and mythology as a kid.
Oh man, you needed to get out more.
I really did, but look at me now.
Look at me now. This is one niche episode. This is where it comes in handy. Christine began researching, and as she said, she found the shape-shifting hobgoblin. Hobgoblin, I should say. She said, when you hear a growl, it's a negative energy. It's inhuman. It's obviously not very nice, said Christine. I mean, absolutely.
Fucking got it in one. You nailed it in one there, Christine.
Still to this day, we're not 100% sure what we encountered, but it was creepy and it was weird, she says.
Was this their first ghost hunt?
It seems like they're like a proper team, because Christine's clearly the... every team has like the one who's the censor. The one who goes out and like, I'm having over there.
Yeah.
Over there is where it is. She's like the brains, and then the rest of them are the brawn. They're going in to kill some ghosts.
Yeah, I'd be the brawn.
Yeah, of course. But Christine's MO is mostly walking through, pointing at inanimate things and going, "Oh, lads, whoa, boys,
it's
getting creepier out here."
I think Christine wanted to head home early that day, and she was just, I'm fucking had enough of it. Oh, the tree is scary to me.
Fucking the tree.
Oh, there's something on the ground. It's time to leave. Come on.
What did it look like? It was translucent. Didn't really see it, but
it's almost see-through. It's almost see-through.
Oh, but it was there, lads. It was there. My stomach's growling though, lads. Is there 5 Guys or something out here? No, what's the story?
5 Guys of all the fucking shades.
Although Vic has long been fascinated by the spirit world, he acknowledged that as a paranormal investigator, they are sometimes open to being ridiculed. Oh no!
Oh, who would do such a thing?
He said, and this is quite ironic, we don't force our beliefs onto anyone, but he became a priest.
Vic. Oh, Vic. Oh, gentle Vic.
Let's have a sit down. Vic.
Let's address this. We got to deal with this, because you can't say that.
Vic, there's irony within what you're saying here.
Do you sense the irony, Vic?
Vic, please. Is the irony giving you the heebie-jeebies?
Is the irony in the room with us right now?
Get the fucking board out. We'll have a chat with the irony.
Jesus.
So, Shaun, scale of 1 to 10, hobgoblin.
I see. If you look after him, there's nothing to fear with a hobgoblin. So I would put this at a 3, simply for the fact that, worms are kind of weird. So maybe you don't want one of those near you.
Worms can be weird. Yeah, worms can be weird.
You come across the wrong tree, that could be quite spooky.
So, Shaun, we're finishing this week.
I'm sorry if I've ruined your spooky stories, by the way.
Absolutely not. You are logically being a dumbass, and I'm trying to throw out here facts, figures. I'm throwing you shocking trick or treat stuff. I'm trying to creep out the listeners. You don't want to listen to this after dark, Shaun. This is going to scare you, this episode.
That's true. But I've got all these candles and wine around me, Conor.
Nothing can go wrong. Quick, to answer the phone to killers. Shaun, we're going to Ireland, and this is the creepiest one that I could find, and maybe the most shocking of all.
Okay, I'm going to take this seriously.
Ghostly figure of a man with white beard caught on camera at ancient Irish site connected to St. Patrick. Oh fuck.
Alright. Fuck. Okay. Now, the obvious question. Was it just a man with a white beard?
He got all the snakes out of Ireland, Shaun, but maybe he's the biggest snake of all. He's after coming back. Maybe he's back.
After he told us he wouldn't.
After he told us, but he's a snake. He's a snake in the grass. An Irish paranormal group claims to have captured an image of a ghostly man with a white beard at the ancient pagan-turned-Christian site in the west of Ireland. The picture was taken October 30th, Shaun, on Lough Corrib in County Galway, but was only unearthed 2 days ago when a member of the Paranormal Supernatural Investigations Group, Jesus Christ, was looking
fucking hell.
Who named them?
The PSIGs. The PSIGs?
Pick one between the paranormal and supernatural. You can't have both.
Yeah, I would say paranormal is the more apt one, because it's out of the normal, is what that means.
Paranormal,
which is everything.
Supernatural. They're the same thing, but they looked at a T-sword and they picked both of them.
Yeah, they're trying to look. Maybe the Paranormal Society was taken, so they had to just keep adding things on until it worked.
Inchigoyle Island was once home to paganism before it became an early Christian settlement in 500 AD. Shaun, this might be interesting to you, but it's reportedly connected to Saint Patrick, who built a church on the island. Shaun,
well, also, do you know what they say? He drove the snakes out of Ireland.
He did, yeah.
He drove paganism out of Ireland. That was the thing. That's what that.
Yeah, but don't be thinking logical, right? Let's just go off.
Right, sorry, I'm just going to dial that back.
The man's called St. Patrick. Like,
yeah, a Welshman. He was Welsh.
He's Welsh. He's in jail in Wales, wasn't he?
He was. And he went to Rome. Then he came back.
He's a fucking world traveller. So he was. The spooky image snapped on the night before Halloween shows an unexplained figure on the right side of the picture, appearing to hide behind some trees. Oh fuck.
Crept behind them like a
I want
like
you
a
to look up
Sylvester.
this image, Sean, and I want you to have this proven to you that this is the creepiest story of all.
Okay.
Right here, right where we're from.
I'm going to Google old man Galway photos and let's see what happens.
That can't be it. You gotta look at St. Patrick Ghost.
St. Patrick, okay. The place where St. Patrick wrestled with a bull? No, that's probably not it.
This lad got around. Fuck me. He's wrestling
Man
with
lived a
bulls.
life. Ghostly figure of a man with a white beard caught on camera.
There we go. There we go.
There we go. Here's what we're doing here.
Prepare to be scared. Prepare to be scared.
The fuck is this?
Yes. It's scary, Sean.
It looks like the dog from the toilet paper commercials.
The group say they believe the parrot... Oh, go on.
Sorry, the group have hats and jackets made up. That's something I just wanted to tell you.
Of course they did. They believe the paranormal shape is the side profile of a man with a white beard, and say they captured a similar image of a man with a long beard in the doorway of the church on the island in April this year. A member of the group said, "We decided to carry out an experiment by carrying out an investigation." Fuck me. What is going on with doubling up in sentences?
Word counts, lad. They're hard to reach.
We decided to carry out an experiment by carrying out an investigation. Both of those, same thing. You don't need to say both. If I was an English teacher, you're getting downgraded for sentence syntax repeatedly. On the night of the 30th of October instead of the 31st, as we believe the night of the 30th is the correct night of Halloween, as it carries into the 31st, Sean, the spookiest night of the year.
You know what? That's a fine argument. You know, the traditional thing where ghosts can walk the earth makes sense that it's in the night time. You know, not the daytime.
We wanted to do this as we were here back in April, where we believed we captured an image of the man with the long beard coming out of the church in the doorway. The connection with the island, which was once home to paganism at Halloween, and was a very good reason for us to go back there. So they went back, Sean. We came across the picture on the 26th of December last year, and as we had so much photos and video footage to go through, they couldn't find it at first, but only on the 26th. Christmas has come and gone, Sean. Did someone say, "What the fuck is that in the corner behind the trees?"
What if it's Santy?
What if it's St. Patrick?
St. Patrick, or St. Nicholas is buried in Ireland. That's a thing.
No, is he?
He is. There's a tomb of St. Nicholas in Ireland.
You know so much. So many random things.
Yeah, but I can't drive, Connor. So what use is all of this information to me?
What am I? What am I doing here?
What's the purpose of me knowing all this?
One person also believed there was a man with a long beard in the picture.
Probably is.
I don't recall any on your team with a long white beard or a nose quite like that can see every feature on the other side. That can see every feature on the other face clearly, and the other face behind them not so friendly looking. None of that makes sense. That is a comment online. Well done to the online community.
No one involved in this story knows how to actually write, apparently.
However, another person had a different theory altogether, writing, "Kind of resembles a pit bull."
Right,
Strong science. Strong science for both.
I don't know if Pitbull is the way I would go here. I don't know if it looks anything like... It kind of looks a bit like a dog, but it also could just be a man or some plastic bags that got caught on a bush.
I want to ask you, Sean, scale of 1 to 10, if that's St. Patrick's ghost and he's still living here, what are we talking? 10?
I mean, it would raise a lot of questions. I'd have to seriously rethink some of my views. Such
The
as
racism, you mean?
the hating people, you know.
The hating certain groups.
I'm not allowed hate. Coveting oxen, Conor.
You know I covet oxen on an almost daily and hourly basis.
I mean, if St. Patrick came back, I actually think that Ireland would turn him into a tourist trap.
100%. We'd trap him. We'd trap him and cover him in snakes.
We'd put him up at the top of fucking Croagh Patrick. And people, you could get like a shuttle bus up there and you go chat to him and take a photo.
Get a few selfies with him. And he'd do the thing of he'd go, you're a snake, aren't you? I'm getting snake vibes from yourself.
And then the camera comes down and he just takes a long drag of a cigarette and he's like, what the fuck? How did I end up here?
I used to be somebody. I hate fucking oxen.
Used to be a contender.
What happened to me? So Shaun, 1 to 10, St. Patrick, is that his ghost still living on Ireland?
I'm going to say yes, Conor. You've turned me around right at the end. The very last story. Isn't it a wonderful arc for this episode?
Yay! So are we saying Trick or Treat Thursday, absolute success, that you are now haunted for probably tonight?
That's true. Yeah, I think so. I think I'm going to edit this and that's when the haunting will probably begin.
And I hate fairies. I would fuck up a fairy.
Conor, stop.
If a fairy came at me, I would kick it so hard between the fucking eyes that it would be
Conor.
ridiculous.
Oh, you wouldn't. Oh, but then
I would.
Think of what they'll do to your family and loved ones.
What a trick one! Attack me family! I don't even like them. I'll take the fairies out. I'm taking a few fairies out before they get to the family.
How many fairies did you think you could take on?
Oh, before they kill all of my family?
Yeah.
4.
Answer is 0. They'll have you gone by immediately.
You're like the spokesperson for the fairy. You're like their lawyer.
Yeah, I'm the one making the call out videos.
You're like trying to get the fucking the boxing fights going. Just like, well, we want to set up. We want to set up properly. You know what I mean? We don't want to do this. Maybe like an unclassified fight. We are. Like, we want it in an arena. We want people to pay to see. We want that on Sky Sports. If it's going to happen, I want 3 fairies versus Conor in a ring.
It's gonna be rough, man. You're gonna suffer. I'll be on the side of the fairies. Like, that's like,
why? You're my manager. And also the hair manager somehow.
I know where my bread is buttered, and it's the fairies. I'm playing both sides. I'm gonna win.
Shaun, would you like to take us out on this spooky episode?
Yes, thank you everyone for listening to the spookiest episode of Weird News ever. Trick or Treat Thursdays will return next Halloween. Thank you as well to everyone who showed up on Saturday for the Patreon listener hangout chat. And if you want to join the Patreon, it is linked below, patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcasts. And big shout outs to patrons. This list is a little bit longer than it was. So shout outs go to Róisín, Chunky Lobes Palmer, Joe Burney, Ryan Technically Fine Evanson, Spooky Waffles, Bones Rattling, Ghost Wailing, Wolves Howling, David Clarke, Shaun Chuck it in the wash and it'll be grand Jamieson, Dominic, Anna, Irish Walrus Forever, Hjelmroos. That's a scary Irish story.
Scary.
Lil Dicky, Funny Observation, McGrew, Danny McLaughlin, No One's Ever Really Gone, Luke Hoth, Lordsmish, Sam, Michelle Browne, Michaela Doughty, Buster, Ed Ball, Shaun, Conor and Lorraine, and Russ, Gravity Brings Me Down, Parfit. Thank you all so much for the support. We really appreciate it. It was really super nice to meet everyone and put faces to names, so thanks for showing up. And head on over there if you want to check out the Patreon stuff. There are other ways to support the show though. There is the merch store, link below, heroesforhire.ie/shop. Twitter's @HeroesForHirePod, the 4 is the number 4. Facebook is Detective Divilment's discussion group. Instagram is Heroes for Hire Podcast. And the best way to ever help out the show is to tell one human being that we exist.
Just a one, please.
And so I think that's about it, Conor.
I think so. So I've been Conor Lawler.
I've been Shaun Meehan.
I shall see you all next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Or should I say boo?